Hey, Connor and David. Today we're going to practice subtracting with regrouping. So we did it with addition, where we know that when we subtract or add, we can only have one number in each column. But sometimes when we subtract, we have to borrow from another place value. Now, you might learn a different strategy when you go back to school next year. However, I'm going to show you how your parents and I learned when we were in school. So that way your parents can help you if you need help. Because sometimes when we learn, there's multiple ways to learn and to teach something. And since we have been out of school, people have decided that there are better ways to teach things. And so they've learned or they have a new way to teach. And it's called something called Common Core. And that's the way we're supposed to teach it in school now. But since you are home with your parents, and if you're struggling, I want them to be able to help you. So I figure I'll just teach you that strategy. And since we just have a few more weeks, and then next year your teacher can teach you the Common Core way. So let's say we have the number 231 minus 144. So when we look at our place values, we have, let's separate it into hundreds, tens, and ones. We cannot take 4 away from 1 because we know that when we subtract, we need to take the smaller number away from the bigger number. We always start with the bigger number. So what we have to do is now make this 1 into a number that is bigger than 4. And we can't just say, okay, I'm just going to change it to a 2. I'm just going to change it to a 6. Because where do those extra numbers come from? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to borrow. And when we borrow, it means that we're going to give something back. So I'm going to take one group of 10 away from here. And if I take a group of 10 away from 30, I'm left with 20. So I'm going to cross off the 3 and write a 2. I didn't leave very much space. So let me rewrite this. 2, 3, 1, 1, 4, 4. So I'm going to take a group of 10 away from here, and I'm going to be left with 20, which then means I have to add that 10 over here. And when I have 1 plus 10, the number becomes 11. So 11, can I do 11 minus 4? Now I can do it. So what is 11 minus 4? That is 7. So now I have 20 minus 40. Well, 40 is bigger than 20, so I can't take that. So now I've got to bring 100 over. So I'm going to cross off the 200 and I'm going to make it 100. And then I'm going to bring it over here. So can I take 40 away from 120? Yes, I can. So I'm going to think of it as 12 minus 4. But in my head, I know that it's not 12 minus 4 because we're in the tens place and I borrowed 100 from the hundreds place. So really, it's 120 minus 40. And 120 minus 40 is 80. And 100 minus 100 is 0. And I don't have to write that 0 in. I'm left with 87. I'll do one more, and then I will let you guys do the rest on your own. And that one was tricky. We're starting very tough because we're not doing it straight from the tens. We're going straight. We're not doing just 10 2-digit numbers. We're starting right away with 3-digit numbers because I wanted to challenge you guys. I thought that even though we've never learned how to do this, that once you learn how to do a few, then you'll be able to do it pretty well. And David, you already turned yours in, but I want you to watch this video even though you did, so that you can see if you were doing it correctly and to get a little bit more practice. Because like I said, this is the very first time we're doing it this way. And I'm sure that your mom helped you, but again, I want you to see, I want you to get a little bit more practice. And that's why it's important that we wait and do the worksheets on the days that they are, just in case we're having trouble, that I can assist you. All right, so the next one is going to be, we're going to do it just a 2-digit number this time. So we're going to do 84 minus 75. Okay, so I can't take 5 away from 4. So I'm going to borrow a 10, which means that this tens isn't going to be 80 anymore. It's going to be 70. And 4 is going to be adding to 10. So it's 14 minus 5. Can I take 5 away from 14? Yes, I can. So now I can just subtract. 14 minus 5 is 9, and 70 minus 70 is 0. So we're left with 9. And the way that you can check to make sure you're correct is 75, we'll take the bottom number, add it to our answer. If it gives us the original number that we had on top, then our answer is correct. 75 plus 9, 9 plus 5 is 14. And we know that we can't put them both here, so I've got to carry that 10 over. 10 plus 70 is 80. 84 and 84. So that means that I did my answer correct. I'm going to show you one more. 438 minus 299. Can't take 9 away from 8, so I have to go to the tens and take a group of 10 away. So 30 becomes 20. 8 becomes 18. 18 minus 9, I can do that, and that is 9. Can't take 9 away from 90 away from 20, so I have to go to the hundreds. This becomes 300, and this becomes 120, and this is 90. So 120 minus 90 is 30, and 300 minus 200 is 100. Again, I'm going to check my answer. 299 plus 139. 9 plus 9 is 18. So I put the 8 down and I carry over the 1. Just like we did with the borrowing, this is what your parents learn how to do with adding. So 10 plus 90 is 100. 100 plus 30 is 130. So I'm putting that 3 and I'm carrying the 100. 100 plus 200 is 300. 300 plus 100 is 400. So 438 was my original starting number. So I did it correctly. All right, I hope this helped you to learn how to subtract with regrouping. And I also taught you how to check your answers to make sure that they are correct by adding the numbers back in. All right, have a great day. Bye, guys.